Hello everybody, this is Rubio from Jeep Expeditions. I Go Commando. Just installed my new Midland USA MXT400. It is a 40 watt GMRS radio. Different frequency than your regular CB radio. Still running a CB of course, but this is the new big thing. Kind of mounted it in a different place. I mounted it down here below my stereo, windows, AC, and then you have this panel right here which has a bunch of wasted space. And I mounted underneath right in front of the shifter, just to the right of the four-wheel drive shifter. Mounted underneath, actually bracketed in pretty easy. Just pop this bracket out here. If you have power windows or the regular window, manual windows, has a little pocket right here. You pop this out. Down inside there, if you look, I'll pop this out, you will see a bolt, little screw right there. Pop that out, and you can lift this whole bracket up, and then this unit right here is a separate piece, and it'll give you just enough room where you can pop it out, rather than taking the whole dash assembly out. Actually pretty easy. It took me about 5 minutes actually to pull it out, mount it, and wire it up. Wired it up to a full-time power. I like having full-time power in here when I have my radios on. So if we stop, to take a break and leave the radio on, it doesn't kill the battery. I actually tapped into the hazard light switch because it is a constant power. Didn't want to run a cable all the way to the battery or from my S-Pod. Mounted it down here because I wanted to mount it up here in front with a bar in front of the S-Pod. Actually the bar was too short, so I did a quick install, mounted it down here, and I'll actually probably redo it later on, but I'm actually pretty happy with it right now. Ran everything up underneath. Let me jump out of the Jeep real quick. Up underneath here, all tucked away. This is for the Cobra. We're not really talking about that right now. Cables are all underneath here. If you are doing this, it's actually a pretty fairly install. If you look right there, I have everything going in that little black grommet. It's actually just almost like a duct tape hole. If you have a clutch, that's where your manual, your clutch is, but since I don't have an automatic, it's not in use. So I ran it right through there. It actually comes out, and it's way down there in the bottom underneath the power steering and everything, but it's actually a pretty quick, fairly easy install. I know most of you are mounting it up in here. I used a different bracket. Let me close the hood now. I used a different bracket. I used it's called a Cobra, or excuse me, a Comet bracket. It's a hinge bracket. It's made for like a trunk deck lid. It actually fit really, really good in the corner right here. Cable is just running straight through. I closed the hood, but I didn't move the cable. I'll move that later so it doesn't get pinched, as you can see. But I have the cable long enough to where if I want to, or I'm willing to get a longer reception, I can mount the bracket here on the window frame or up on top, and to get the receiver out further. So there's a couple different ways I can mount it. Kind of the reason why I went with this bracket. My garage is pretty low. Don't want to get it caught, but with still having the availability to move this when I want to a spot where I'll have better reception up here on the window frame and not have to worry about pulling wire out and everything. Radio seems to be working pretty good. Haven't really done too much testing on it lately. We do have some Cobra radios upstairs, and I will see if the girlfriend can hear me right now. Hey Melissa, can you hear me?
Hey there, sexy.
And I would take that she can hear me. So the mic is pretty small. I actually kind of like it's a small little mic. Up on top, it's got your channels where you can rotate through your channels. your pitch to talk right here. I do have it turned on to the channels where I can do the repeater, so you do have to turn the repeater channels on with the radio when you first get it. That was something that I was trying to figure out why I couldn't get her upstairs, and then I figured out that I did not have the repeater. I had the repeater channels on, so you have to set that up. Pretty happy with the radio. I like it a lot. Easy install, like I said. I mean, I should have videotaped it yesterday, but I didn't have time. But like I said, you pull this bolt out right there. This will pop out a little bit, and you can pretty much get your hands in there and pull the whole bracket out. Thing comes out. Like I said, I think it took me 5 minutes to pull the whole thing out. Lined everything up where I wanted it, and I was done. Big test will be go out wheeling and see how the radio works. Any questions? Anybody in the club, feel free to get a hold of me. I go commando. Thank you very much.